Alright guys, today we're looking at 1A.4. Our math learning objective is I can simplify an expression by using the properties of zero exponents and negative exponents. So still simplifying expressions, and now with exponents we just have zeros or negative numbers. Okay? So our rule for zero exponents is any number raised to the power of 0 is equal to 1. It's kind of just a memorization rule. So if you see a zero exponent, you can just say it's 1. Then we have negative exponents. A negative exponent switches the base from the numerator to the denominator, or the denominator to the numerator. So basically an easier way of saying it is it flips the fraction. Okay? And we'll see some examples of that. Okay? So our first example, number 1, negative 5 to the negative 4th. Okay? So our base is negative 5. I can write it as a fraction. It's over 1. Okay. So all I'm going to do, since it's a negative, since the exponent is negative, not because the base is negative, but because the exponent is negative, I'm going to flip that fraction. Okay, so it's negative 5 over 1, so I'm going to do 1 over negative 5. I'm still going to have the parentheses around the negative base, and then that fraction becomes positive, or not that fraction, sorry, that exponent becomes positive. It's speaking. Okay, so we're flipping that fraction. One thing to be aware of is the exponent becomes positive. The base stays negative. Okay, so just the exponent switches, not the base. All right, looking at number 2, negative 1/2 to the 0. So I do have a negative base, but that doesn't matter. We only have the exponent's negative. Looking at my exponent, I have a 0 exponent. Anything, it doesn't matter what it is, with a 0 exponent becomes 1. And that's it. Looking at number 3, 3/2 to the negative 3rd. My exponent is negative. So I'm going to flip that fraction. So it's going to be 2 over 3, right? These two flip-flop. And that exponent becomes positive. That's it. Number 4, 1 over 9 to the negative 1/2. Again, I have an exponent here. I could say that is, I'm flipping this fraction. That's 9 over 1. And that exponent becomes positive. But I really can also just write it as 9 squared. Remember, if you have a 1 in the denominator, you do not need to write it. Okay. For 5 and 6, we're going to use some of our previous rules that we just looked at in our last learning objective. We're going to use our product rule and our quotient rule. So number 5 is our product rule because I'm multiplying. So remember, your base, I should choose a color. Your base stays the same, right? I'm still going to put parentheses around it. And then I have to add my exponents. So I have negative 4, 7 plus negative 9 is negative 2. Well, I don't want negative exponents, so I now have to flip my fraction. All right, technically this is over 1, so it's going to be 1 over negative 4, and that 2 becomes positive. Okay, 1 over negative 4 squared. Last problem, I am now using my quotient rule. Right, so again, I have my base of 8. I'm going to do negative 5 minus negative 5. Two negative signs next to each other become two positives, right? A negative times a negative is a positive. So I have 8 to the negative 5 plus 5. That's just 0, right? Those are opposites. And then anything to the 0 power is 1. Okay. All right. Since our last video was so long, this is a nice short one for you guys. Go ahead, look at your 1A.4 activity. Choose which sections you are doing. And make sure you circle them. And then get it checked once you are done.